Hello guys, and welcome back to another video with Dark Bribe. Today we're going to be going over another deck for the normal and rare Rarity Festival. And so let's head on into there. And as you can see, I already inserted my deck to see if it was eligible. It is. And you will notice if there's a card you're not allowed to use, it will say prohibited, just in case you were unaware of that. So let's check this out, see what we got. We have a Vampire Zombie deck. And this is going to be a great deck to use, I can already tell. Play tested this a lot, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So what do these cards do? We have Vampire Familiar. And if this card is special summon, you pay 500 and add a vampire monster from your deck to your hand. This card also special summons from the graveyard by sending a vampire card to the graveyard. Same with this. This does the same exact effect, except for you pay 500 life points and add a vampire spell trap from your deck to your hand. Also, another good card. Moving along, we got Spirit Reaper. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, if you inflict battle damage, make your opponent discard a random card. This card used to be really effective back in the day. Not as effective now in the new meta, but I think with the normal and rare festival, this should be a pretty good card. Moving on, we got Pyramid Turtle. What is this? What does Pyramid Turtle do? If he's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon a zombie monster with 2,000 or less defense. And guess what? That's going to be every single zombie in the deck. That's right. You are destroyed by battle with Pyramid Turtle, or you can run into their monster and use this card's effect and special summon whatever you want. Simple. Moving on, we have Shadow Vampire. So what does this do? When this card is normal summon, you can special summon a dark vampire monster from your hand or deck, except for Shadow Vampire. But you got to remember this, monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn except that special summon monster. You don't have to use this effect, but you can, and if you do, you cannot attack with anything else. Moving on, we got Vampire Duke. When this card is normal summon, you can target a dark vampire monster in your graveyard, special summon that target in face-up defense position. Also, when this card is special summon, you can make your opponent send a card from their deck to their graveyard. This also has a restriction. This card cannot be used as an Ixie material except for an Ixie summon. Sorry, except for the Ixie summon of a dark monster, yes. So, both have restrictions. Be careful with them. We have Vampire Grace. When a level 5 zombie-type monster special summon, by the effect of a zombie-type monster, while this card is in your graveyard, you pay 2,000 life points special summon. This card also has an effect once per turn. You can make your opponent send a declared type of card from their deck to the graveyard. Then we have Vampire Scarlet Scourge. If this card is normal special summon, pay 1,000 life points. Then you can target a vampire monster in your graveyard and special summon it. At the end of the battle phase, if this card destroyed any monsters by battle, you can special summon them to your side of the field. So this card is going to steal monsters. I got Lightning Vortex in here. This is going to be a card to help clear your board. Also, you can discard your Vampire Familiar or your Vampire Retainer to be able to special summon them while destroying all face-up monsters your opponent controls. And here we got Book of Life. That's going to allow you to special summon a zombie monster from your graveyard and banish a monster in your opponent's graveyard. But you do got to be careful with this card because if your opponent doesn't have a monster in the graveyard, you can't activate this effect. Moving on, we got Vampire's Desire. So this card has two effects, two pretty good effects. The first effect is going to allow you to change the level of a monster, a vampire monster, by sending another card to the graveyard. And it basically, it gets that level. So let's say I had Retainer on the field and I used that card and I sent Vampire to the graveyard, this would become level 5. And that's how you're going to build Ixies with this card. The second effect just allows you to target a vampire monster and send a monster you control to the graveyard and special summon it. So I actually don't use that effect that much. The first effect is what I like. So the field spell card on this is Vampire Kingdom. During the battle phase, you're going to gain 500 attack, and also, if cards like Vampire Grace use their effect to send a declared card type from to make your opponent send a card from the deck to the graveyard. This is going to allow you to send a vampire card from your deck to the graveyard or from your hand, which you're probably going to use Retainer or Familiar. And you also get to destroy a card on their side of the field. So it's like a triple effect combo right there. Moving on, we got Vampire's Domain. This is going to allow you to normal summon twice, and you gain, by paying 500 LP. And you also gain life points if your vampire monster inflicts battle damage to your opponent. Moving on, we got Mystical Space Typhoon. This is another board breaker. It's going to allow us to get rid of our opponent's spells and traps. We got Raigeki Break. It's going to allow us to destroy any card on the field. And again, you got to discard a card. So that we usually discard Familiar or Retainer. But also you can get rid of Vampire Grace too, because Vampire Grace can also be special summoned from the graveyard. And the last card I have is Vampire Takeover. And it says if you have no card in your field zone, and all face-up monsters you control are zombie type, activate a Vampire Kingdom from your deck. Also, this card has another effect. You can special summon one dark vampire monster from your graveyard and face-up defense. And I only have two because, to be honest, this doesn't come up as much as you would think. So, actually, I had 3 originally, backed it down to 2. The only other cards we have in the deck are going to be our Pixies. And so we got number 45, Crumble Logos, the Prophet of Demolition. Now, I'm not going to go over all these. I'm just going to tell you the names real quick. We got Digvorzhak, King of Heavy Industries, Shark Fortress. Number 5, Doom, Chimera Dragon. Number 25, Force Focus, Swordbreaker. Number 72, Shogi Rook, and Pilgram Reaper. And that's going to be it for the Vampire Zombie deck. If you want to get the card list, it's in the description below. And stay tuned if you want to watch videos on how to use this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video so far.